familiar and shared, that peace may grow stronger, and that the world may move closer to harmony through understanding and respect. Set against the northern slope of Mount Carmel, Baha'i Gardens unfold as a precise sequence of terraces descending toward the Mediterranean. Geometry defines every line and axis, creating a sense of calm order that contrasts gently with the surrounding city. Stone balustrades, trimmed hedges, and reflective surfaces guide the eye downward, allowing the landscape to feel composed and intentional rather than ornamental excess. Each terrace follows a strict balance between structure and growth. Trees and shrubs are shaped with care, while seasonal flowers introduce subtle shifts in color throughout the year. Water channels run quietly along the paths, reflecting sky and greenery in narrow bands of light. Movement through the gardens feels measured, encouraging a slower pace that aligns naturally with the symmetry underfoot. Looking outward from the upper terraces, Haifa spreads below in layered depth. Streets, rooftops, and the distant harbor align neatly with the garden's central axis, linking cultivated space with everyday urban life. The contrast sharpens awareness of scale, as the gardens maintain clarity and order while the city shifts constantly beneath them. At the heart of the gardens, the Golden Dome rises with quiet confidence. Its presence anchors the entire composition, acting as both visual center and spiritual reference point. From many angles, the dome appears framed by greenery and stone, reinforcing a sense of alignment between architecture and nature. The surrounding silence heightens this effect, allowing space for reflection rather than spectacle. Paths and stairways connect the terraces with deliberate rhythm. Each step reinforces direction and proportion, guiding movement downward in a steady flow. The repetition of forms creates continuity, while subtle variations in planting prevent the scene from feeling static or rigid. As light changes, the gardens reveal different qualities. Morning emphasizes freshness and symmetry, while late afternoon softens edges and deepens shadows along the steps. In quieter hours, the terraces feel suspended between land and sea, held together by rhythm and proportion. The Baha'i Gardens express harmony through precision, offering a composed landscape shaped by intention, continuity, and enduring balance. And voids where form matters more than color. Judean desert reveals itself through distance and proportion, with long slopes unfolding toward the Dead Sea Basin. Space dominates perception here, creating an environment where scale unfolds gradually rather than announcing itself at once. The terrain is shaped by long exposure to wind and gravity. Limestone hills descend in layered steps, their edges softened by time, yet clearly defined. From afar, surfaces appear smooth and continuous, while closer views reveal fractured stone, gravel, and fine dust arranged in quiet complexity. Subtle tonal shifts replace strong contrast, allowing contours to guide the eye naturally. Deep wadis interrupt the openness, slicing narrow corridors through the plateau. These channels introduce direction and depth, drawing attention downward into shaded folds of rock. Their winding paths suggest movement across centuries, reinforcing the desert's relationship with slow change rather than sudden transformation. Elevation alters experience with each shift in position. High ridges provide broad outlooks across repeating hills, while descents compress space into enclosed passages where rock walls feel close and protective. This alternation between openness and enclosure establishes a steady rhythm that shapes movement through the landscape. Life appears selectively. Sparse shrubs and isolated trees emerge where moisture lingers, their muted greens contrasting gently with pale stone. Their presence remains understated, emphasizing adaptation and endurance rather than abundance. The desert's identity stays intact, with vegetation serving as accent rather than focus. Paths and erosion lines create subtle guidance across the surface. Even in apparent emptiness, the land suggests direction through slope, shadow, and alignment. Movement becomes intuitive, shaped by terrain rather than markers or constructed routes. Light governs every surface. Early hours sharpen lines and reveal delicate textures along cliffs and slopes. As the sun rises, contrast softens and the land settles into unified tones. Toward evening, shadows stretch across valleys, restoring depth and revealing the desert's layered structure once more. Sound travels lightly across the open space. Wind brushes along ridges and through wadis,